Greetings and salutations, friends. Jiggies here. So I recently streamed all the way through a ROM hack for Banjo-Kazooie called The Legend of Banjo-Kazooie, Jiggies of Time. And this is my first ever review, summary, impressions, feelings, whatever you want to call it. So first off, we're going to start with a little summary of what it is. The Legend of Banjo-Kazooie, Jiggies of Time is a ROM hack of the beloved N64 title Banjo-Kazooie, if you didn't already get that.
Yes. What? You don't say. You don't say. You don't say.
Who was it?
He didn't say.
Takes the world and areas from The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time and mashes it all up into a well-designed, well-fitting Banjo-Kazooie game. Grunty has taken over Hyrule in order to obtain the Triforce before Ganondorf had the chance to enter the Sacred Realm. Banjo and Kazooie must travel through 9 different worlds collecting 10 Jiggies, 5 Jinjos, and 100 notes in each respective world, just like the original BK. Worlds such as Kokiri Forest, Castletown, Death Mountain Trail, Lake Hylia, etc. Each world has had an update to its music, most of which has been reformatted to fit the style of a BK game, which is absolutely brilliant. Certain areas have only had a sound font change, which is unfortunate, but the tracks that have been reformatted are fantastic. Check out the Hyrule Field theme. Or Gerudo Fortress. Or Lake Hylia. Great stuff here. I'll leave a link to the official Mega upload for the soundtrack in the description. He's made it available for free. The hack was created by Kurko. Hopefully I'm saying his name correctly. I'll leave links to his YouTube, Twitter in the description. Coming directly from the man himself, he's a 3D modeler / animator, learning all he can about game design. A big fan of retro video games from the late 90s, his projects have that characteristic low poly style of the N64 games. He also dedicates a lot of his time to YouTube and Twitch, where he shares and streams classic games and other fan-made projects. Kurko has worked over 5 whole years on the mod, and that definitely shows on the final product. But those of you wondering, yes, this can also be played on original N64 hardware. I myself emulated it through Project 64, so I can't speak for the performance or quality of the native version. However, in my experience, I did run into some slowdowns and dropped frames, but that could have been an emulation issue. Overall, the game performs great and runs very nicely. First off, let's talk graphics. Now, if you've ever played Banjo-Kazooie, then you know exactly what to expect. The game takes the graphical style of Banjo-Kazooie and puts it over Ocarina's areas, since it is just a ROM hack after all. You're not going to get high poly HDI explosion graphics here. But in my personal opinion, the N64 still looks fantastic to this day, and holds up super well compared to other platforms during its time. Due to limitations, the enemies and such have just been recolored from the original Banjo-Kazooie, but that's a non-issue. The game has been well designed and everything looks like it belongs. I never once felt like something didn't mesh well. Next, level design. Now these just aren't drag and drop areas. They have been redesigned fantastically to work well with the gameplay style. Oftentimes in ROM hacks I find that levels are a little lazy and don't always work well with what the hack is attempting to do. Granted, this stuff is a ton of work. You can tell the amount of care that went into these designs as soon as you enter the world. My personal favorite was Lake Hylia. Just was an all-around, well-designed and fun-to-play level. And I can't continue this video without talking about the crazy forest temple. Oh boy. So the whole area is covered in actual Hylian text that you have to grab a pen and paper for and find the decoder hidden throughout the world so that you can figure out how to complete certain puzzles or find secrets. The world took me a good 2.5 hours, but I loved it, though I was quite visibly frustrated at times. It was a lot of fun, and by the end of it you're sort of familiar enough with the symbols that you can start to understand Hylian. That was pretty cool. Next, I want to talk secrets. This game has a plethora of hidden areas and Easter eggs to find. I don't want to go too into these since I don't want to spoil them. They're much more fun to find yourself. But there are loads of video game boxes and consoles you can find scattered throughout the worlds, which were a lot of fun to stumble upon. A lot of cool Easter eggs, such as finding a Metroid-themed room where Samus Aran is playing Star Fox Adventures on a GameCube. really neat stuff and even more awesome stuff that's playable. It was so enjoyable to find it all. Okay, let's go over the few problems I had. First off, bees, bees, and bees. Oh my, did I hate these things. There are a lot of them in certain levels, and they majorly hinder your progress, while also being very difficult to dispatch. They never broke the game, but they were a serious annoyance. Secondly, the first time I had tried to play through it on stream, during the Dodongo's Cavern section, the Wonder Wing ability just stopped working, completely halting any progress I could have made. So I had to completely restart my playthrough, which was pretty frustrating, though this could have easily once again been an emulation issue. I'm unsure, just wanted to include that. Now this is no fault of the game, I'm just completely oblivious sometimes, but it seemed I had missed notes so easily, oftentimes spending over an hour looking for the last few before heading off to the next world. Like I said, not a design or game issue, just my brain. But maybe you'll have better luck if you decide to give this a go. Other issues I would have had with the game have been patched out by Kurko, such as falling in certain areas would make you lose all your collected notes in the current world. But like I said, he's already fixed it, so not worth worrying about. So in conclusion, Banjo-Kazooie Jiggies of Time is a fantastic ROM hack that I would recommend any fan of Banjo-Kazooie, Ocarina of Time, or N64 in general to check out. Probably my favorite ROM hack I've ever had the pleasure of playing. I had a blast playing through it, and you can check out my entire playthrough on my YouTube channel or on Twitch. Links in description. Well, thank you all for your time and checking out my video. I hope it was enjoyable and informational for you. You can check out my gaming streams right here on my YouTube channel or on Twitch. You can also check out my musical creations on my Newgrounds page, or a select few here on YouTube. I've also got a Discord server, where I announce my streams, post little previews of my music, and I'm trying to grow it into a fun community for all gamers, weebs, nerds, geeks, what have you. So check it out as well. Again, all links will be in the description. If you enjoyed the video, please consider giving a like. If you disliked it, then hit the dislike. I very much value your feedback. This was my first video like this. Something completely new for me. It was a ton of fun to do. So if you want more of this, please be sure and let me know. I'm Jigsudo, and I'll catch you in future streams and videos. Have a great day.